First up, although Godzilla King of Monsters is just a day away from release, another question is dividing people. Are you Team Kong or Team Godzilla? It's a debate that's already been pretty prevalent in pop culture, and that's unlikely to slow down in the coming months. From Cinema Blend, if you were to ask Godzilla King of Monsters actor O'Shea Jackson which side of the debate he's on, he'd likely tell you he's Team Godzilla all the way. The actor recently said, "Look man, I'm tired of this gorilla bro. Gorillas are mad normal. You made it bigger? I don't care, that's so weak. King Kong has been overrated since I was a kid, sorry." Regardless of who the underdog is, I'm pretty sure the real winners will be the audience members when Kong vs. Godzilla smashes into theaters May 22nd, 2020. Next up, Hollywood talent agencies have proposed to the Writers Guild of America that stalled talks resume on June 7th. From Variety, if the talks go ahead, it will be the first formal negotiations in nearly 2 months. The Guild directed its nearly 15,000 members on April 12th, when negotiations collapsed, to terminate relations with agents who refused to sign its new code of conduct, which bars agencies from accepting packaging fees and engaging in ownership of production companies. Next up, there's been a changeup of stars for the upcoming pilot of ABC's Stumptown starring Kobe Smulders of Marvel's The Avengers. From The Wrap, New Girl alum Jake Johnson has joined the cast of the upcoming ABC drama Stumptown. Johnson will step in for Mark Webber, who starred opposite Kobe Smulders in the Private Eye drama's original pilot as Gary McConnell, Smulders' character's best friend. The role marks Johnson's first gig as series regular following the conclusion of New Girl last year. Next up, it seems British pop star biopics are in season. The award-winning Queen and Freddie Mercury story Bohemian Rhapsody landed with rave reviews. Elton John's story Rocket Man starring Taron Egerton is about to rock theaters. Now, from Deadline, MGM will produce a feature film based on the life of iconic singer Boy George, with Sasha Gervasi of My Dinner with Herve and Anvil: The Story of Anvil set to write and direct. The untitled Boy George film will explore his humble beginnings in an Irish working-class family, through his rise to the top of the international charts with the 80s band Culture Club. The larger-than-life George never disguised who he was, a fearless, ruthless, honest young man with an open identity who was years ahead of his time. The Grammy-winning artist has sold more than 100 million singles and over 50 million albums as a performer and songwriter with Culture Club, and also as a solo artist. Next up, Skydance and Netflix's The Old Guard adaptation of the graphic novel has added Marwan Kenzari of Aladdin to the cast, who will be joining Oscar winner Charlize Theron. From ComingSoon.net, Kenzari will play a man who was once a Moor warrior. The Old Guard tells of a small group of soldiers, led by a woman named Andy, played by Theron, who are inexplicably immortal and have been working as mercenaries through the ages. The novelty of not dying long gone, the group gets a jolt in their bones when they discover the existence of a new immortal, a woman serving in the Marines, at the same time as a nefarious organization captures their undying actions on camera. And finally, Stan Lee once asked Arnold Schwarzenegger what his ultimate Hollywood dream would be. Schwarzenegger didn't have to think long. From The Hollywood Reporter, the actor recounted, "My ultimate dream is to do more Conan movies and more Terminator movies. The one movie I think would be a fantastic sequel is Kindergarten Cop," Schwarzenegger recalled. Not long after, Lee called up the former governor and asked what he'd think about doing an animated series that shared some similarities to Kindergarten Cop, but with a twist. The teacher would be a former superhero, and his students would be superpowered 5-year-olds. The result is the upcoming animated series, Stan Lee's Superhero Kindergarten. The series is aimed at children and centers on Arnold Armstrong, played by Schwarzenegger, a gym teacher who was granted superpowers and spent decades fighting crime as Captain Courage. He retired from public life, but returns after an explosion of superpowered particles rained down and kids with superpowers began surfacing. Now he works as a kindergarten teacher to help train these children. No release plans have been set for the series. And that will do it for today's installment of the Movie News Feed.